see on the scoreboards. By the way, welcome back to LightSpeed Quiz 2018, number 10. We've done a quarter of the quiz, and after music and art, we can see two very good rounds for and complete cock-up with the score, so we'll sort those out later. I'm going to show you at the end of the next round. We like to keep these things dark because it's approaching that time of year. It's the 27th of November, and it's kind of spooky, and it's the time when you kind of slam the door in people's faces. Families of scrounging children, demanding all the time. But we do have to respect Theresa May with her Brexit negotiations in that process. And I've always been kind of concerned about trying to find a rebuttal to the excellent work she's doing with Brexit, something which matches up to the Conservative Party's strategies concerning economics, concerning social welfare, pure Vulcan logic. And it's been very difficult until now to find something which is as good as, but we have it here. We have this pumpkin with the EU flag on. Don't forget, quiz players, it's 12 stars. All done with mine. Give the pumpkin a little round of applause, please. Speaking of pumpkins, history, incorporating history, what are the odds, eh? Biography, myth and politics. Good luck, everybody. Are we all on green? Yeah. Let's do this thing. Number 1. Whose US Secret Service code name is FLOTUS? Simon Chilton.
First Lady.
Yeah, I would have allowed anything on those. Yeah, there's a new First Lady in House of Cards, isn't there, I believe? Spoiler alert. Frank Underwood's been killed off.
That's a shame.
How dare they? I think I think it might be something off screen. No. Simon, can I give you 2 points and move on?
Yeah, why not?
Born in Chavagnac, France in 1757. Name the French aristocrat and military officer who was a close friend of George Washington, Alexander Hamilton, Simon Chilton.
Lafayette.
Favourite fighting Frenchman, yes. George Alexander Hamilton and Thomas Jefferson fought in the American Revolutionary War of 76-83. Simon?
That's a real musical thing.
I do the same with you as well. The Wikipedia... Yes, we don't want Sam to get a hat-trick, do we? The Wikipedia disambiguation page for which name includes an American Democrat born in 1936, and because of Ashton I'm going to throw in, he was a frontrunner for the Democratic nomination at one time. A British footballer born 4 decades later who made 373 appearances for Brighton. Oh, good luck with that. A British citizen who caused the Great Heck rail crash by falling asleep while driving on the M62 motorway, and an American professional wrestler who lived from 1942 to 2008. That's it, the finish.
On the wrestler?
No, I don't know.
No.
Go on, Simon.
Edwards.
No. It's Dave Bill.
Jake Roberts.
Chris Curtis, behind by a smidge.
Foster.
It's Gary Hart. Sorry, Sam, you weren't going to say Gary Hart, were you? Thanks for putting your name in lowercase as well. It makes it look very big on the film. I think the Great Heck Crash is probably the most famous one of the lot. And Gary Hart was the nomination. Yeah. Name the We've got everybody green?
Yeah.
Name the bespectacled Conservative who was the MP for Edinburgh Pentlands from 1974 to 9. Simon Chilton.
It's not, I've got it wrong.
Okay then.
Yeah,
It would have been a false hat-trick anyway, wouldn't it?
yeah, I'll lose a point there.
Who was the MP for Edinburgh Pentlands from a lot more to go, 74 to 97, during which time he acted as Secretary of State for Scotland between 1986 and 1990. Defence. Steve Lacey.
Rifkin.
Yeah.
Yes, Malcolm Rifkin. Loads more stuff, but it was definitely Malcolm Rifkin and Steve Lacey. We've found Dave Bill out at last. In 1912, David Sarnoff claimed to be the first person in America to learn significant news about what? Chris Curtis.
Sinking the Titanic.
Yeah, it was that all the way, wasn't
Very
it?
good. It was nice and small. I just
Yes, I
didn't
did.
think it'd be like.
Yeah, he was a manager, wasn't he?
Get over it, we've had 2 questions.
Can we
How is that local?
He's not heard anything else. It's just
Yes.
can we get back with the programme, please? Here. You'll be looking forward to number 11, where Mike and I will be signing his contract on screen, breaking chairs. Who became the 7th state president of South Africa on the 5th of August 1989, succeeding P.W. McPartland?
De Klerk.
Yes. Did your mind swerve on that one? Just a little bit. FW of that ilk.
PW boat,
Yeah. Which? Sorry. Are you
We reset.
Yeah.
trying to restart on the athlete? It's time for a drink at the excellent beer at the Royal Oak in Halifax. Cheers, y'all.
Y'all. Back subscribed again.
A reset. Yeah.
There we go. Bobby washable phone. At which event of summer 1520, Sam Chilton,
Field of the Cloth of Gold.
is it suggested that Henry VIII first met Anne Boleyn? Some questions have Simon Chilton written all over them. Who was the first, and as of 2018, the only US president born in Connecticut? That's all. Chris Curtis.
LBJ.
Texas. Steve Rhodes.
Harding.
Probably Virginia, but I'm not sure. Might have been Ohio. McPartland.
Van Buren.
New York. Lee.
Kennedy, no.
No. Unlucky. Let's get closer. Steve Lacey.
Harrison.
What?
Harrison.
Oh, I've got.
Nothing like a shock. Dave Bill.
Millard Fillmore.
No. Simon Chilton.
Tyler.
No. It's W. It's, Norman.
Polk.
W. It's George W. Bush. They moved from Texas deliberately to have him in the Northeast. And despite that, he won an election without getting any Northeastern states. So no points. That was a long question for absolutely nothing. Awarded the Victoria Cross respectively, in what year did Charles Lucas sling... so he awarded retrospectively the Victoria Cross. In what year did Charles Lucas sling a live shell overboard at the Battle of Bomarsund, thus becoming the earliest action recognised by the accolade? Chris Curtis.
1876.
Dave Bill.
1880.
Norman.
1854.
Well done. Yes. Yeah, well, obviously we know the first one. Yeah. So that's a great answer, Norman. Good on you, mate. Reset. The Liber Linnaeus and the Tabula Capuana are the longest single texts in which elusive and ancient language? Chris Curtis.
Sanskrit.
Dave Bill.
Zoroastrian.
Simon Chilton.
Gothic.
Lee.
Aramaic.
Michael McPartland.
Aztec.
No, it's Etruscan. I do believe, Simon, you can bail me out. Etruscan is famously elusive, isn't it? For
Never heard of
You
it.
don't know a lot about it.
There you go.
That's how elusive it is.
Never come across.
elusive as a sunny day in Halifax. So that's 2 to Charlie. Charlie's going for a hat trick. Next one. Name the lawyer after whom the courthouse in Albany, Georgia was renamed in 2000 to become the first federal courthouse in the former Jim Crow South to be named after a black man.
Cochrane.
No. I like it. McPartland was first though.
Oh, sorry.
Martin Luther King.
No. Dave Bill.
John Lewis.
No, it was a department store, I think. Very unlucky, Michael. It's CB King. If you'd have said Siobhan Bauer's King, it was a great programme on Radio 4, one of the plays during the...
You weren't in Doctor Who last week.
No. So, give Charlie a round of applause, will you? Yeah. Shame, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry again. Which, it might be a fact trick here, which British Marxist historian wrote human beings are not efficiently McPartland?
Hobsbawm.
I'm afraid it is. Yeah, blah, 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 in his 1994 work, The Age of Extremes. And this is radical Michael McPartland as well, putting up posts on Facebook. The Citizen Smith of LightSpeed Quiz. Reset. Which US Chief Justice headed the Commission of Inquiry? Go on then, Michael.
Warren.
Yes. It's that easy.
Yeah.
It's the murder of President Kennedy. Dave, you're hating this because you never know if it's going to be easy or hard, do you? Sorry. Who was the major architect of the 26th of July movement along with his brother Raoul and Sheikh McPartland? Oh, how close were you, Lee? You were 0.04 of a second.
Castro.
It was. Yes, Fidel Castro, yeah. Yeah, well, along with his brother Raoul. So.
They're a famous Cuban who's got a brother called Raoul who's got Fidel Castro.
Yeah. Lee, that's twice you've been the bridesmaid. What was the birth name of Kwame Ture? He was born June the 29th in 1941, November the 15th, 1998. A Trinidadian-born organiser in the civil rights movement who featured quite extensively in the Spike Lee film Black Klansman. His name was Stokely Carmichael.
Yeah.
Wow, I've not done very well by you today, guys, I'm sorry. Along with Portugal, what was the other co-signatory of the world's oldest... Norman?
Spain.
Nope. Lee?
England.
England is correctly. Of the world's oldest extant treaty, signed in 1373. Moving right along. Robert Leslie Stewart and Harry Allen were the last... McPartland?
The last hangman.
They were. You love your crime as well, don't you? And your kind of brutality.
Coming from Middlesbrough.
Last question, I believe. No, it's not last question. A couple more to go. It aims to promote greater equality of power, wealth and opportunity, the value of collective action and public service, an accountable, tolerant and active democracy, citizenship, liberty and human rights, sustainable development and multilateral international cooperation, is the stated purpose of which British socialist organisation, Chris?
Fabian Society.
The Fabian, founded in
I thought that right from
1884.
the beginning.
Great answer. And believe it or not, you were on your own there. Nobody else pressing.
I
So,
thought that way back in the question. The number pulls together. Yeah.
well, actually, momentum would have been a sensible guess almost because you know that's the one Ashton made. Anyway, carrying on. Significantly, 13,000-year-old what? So something with 13,000-year-old was discovered by researchers recently studying a burial. Dave Bill.
Beer.
Wow. Studying a burial site for semi-nomadic hunter-gatherers in a prehistoric cave near Haifa in Israel this year. Dave Bill. Welcome to the history quiz.
This is the beer quiz.
Other than Pitt. Other than Pitt, King George VI twice stymied Winston Churchill's suggestions to name a battleship after which man, of whom, Simon Chilton, of whom the First Lord stated, a name that never failed to make the enemies of England tremble. Oliver Cromwell is correct. Great answer,
You're
Simon.
not calling a ship after somebody who topped my ancestor.
Exactly.
In Pitt, he said no, because they'll call it HMS shit.
How do you even know this? It took me 4 hours to learn that crap the other day, and it just pops it out. Next, visual. Oh, the winner of that quiz, Michael McPartland. Boom! Back in the groove again, and we are moving right along with from his to viz, visual incorporating film, TV and theatre. Always a blurry line between theatre and music in some cases, but play it by ear. Let's go. Viz. I think that's Viz there, isn't it?
20 questions on Viz.
Visual. Good luck, everybody. Referenced in the first film, but making his appearance in the second. Who is Buzz Lightyear's father? Dave Bill.
Emperor Zurg.
Chris, you were close.
Close enough.
Who won a BAFTA for her portrayal of Mia Dolan in the 1916 film? Sorry, in the 2016 film La La Land. McPartland. Emma Stone. I was going to go maybe put something in about some other things, but that's enough, isn't it?
How did Emma Watson turn that down?
You did alright in Beauty and the Beast, I suppose.
Reset.
Mike Lee, you should be here. You'd love this quiz. Terrible, unfunny, man-hating mess. Dead on Arrival. And worst reboot ever. What? Chris Curtis?
Ocean's 8.
I'm afraid not. But we've got another press, Michael McParland.
Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
Wrong
Worst reboot ever.
Wrong one.
IMDb reviews. Another 2016 film question. Yeah, you'd have weeded that one out, I think, but you're not complaining now, are you? Chris Curtis, you've not negged on this round, have you?
Yeah, I've just negged on that one. I said Ocean's 8.
Oh, yeah,
It was
yeah.
McPhee, got it.
Oops, there, I've gone wrong again. What an idiot. Is that better? We're all in order
Should
now?
go for.
Oh, right.
Should be on 4.
Okay. So, which London-born chef has presented MasterChef, MasterChef USA and Hell's Kitchen? Lee.
Gordon Ramsay.
Michael McPartland.
Marco Pierre White.
Dave Bill.
Gary Rhodes.
Yes.
No.
Oh, a list of 7 chefs were coming up there, I felt.
So many cooks.
I mean, just couldn't think.
Merely leaving her house without too much fuss and moving to care for an ill friend, Henry Foster. Which character's unheralded last appearance on the 2nd of April 1980 marked over 20... Dave Bill.
No, it's not. Hilda Ogden, I was going to say. It's not.
Marked over 20 years as a major Coronation Street character played by... We still haven't finished, Rhodes?
Ian Sharps.
By Violet Carson.
No.
That's what I would have done.
Silly.
Violent Carson, that would be a name, wouldn't it? Full name required. What was Kid Curry's alias in the book? Chris Curtis. McPartland.
John Jones.
No and no. -1 for both of you. I do rush you along, especially if somebody's coming after you. What was Kid Curry's alias in the Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid TV knockoff, alias Smith and Jones? Wow. Simon Chilton.
Zephaniah Jones.
Lee.
James Jones.
Steve Lacey.
Thaddeus Jones.
It is Thaddeus Jones.
Writing thing.
Yeah.
Do you know,
I got it was first names only. I knew he was Jones.
we'll probably be saying this in 15 years' time, but Steve Lacey certainly fills in some gaps, doesn't he? With yeah, good stuff. In which TV series did an episode called New Jack City depict how the obnoxious Finton Stack was sent to replace Dave Bill?
Father Ted.
Michael, I'm sorry about that.
Finton Stack.
I'm not really. I've had my fun, and that's all that matters.
Finton Stack.
He apparently got a pub in Ireland, which I must visit one day, I guess.
Reset.
Thank you. Cesar Romero in 1960. Chris Curtis.
Joker?
That's all there was to it. Yeah, I was going through a list of jokers there, but yeah, you're back on
0.
back level pegging. In which American soap did Jane Wyman star as Angela Champ? Dave Bill.
Falcon Crest.
Meryl Streep played Karen Blixen in Lee.
Out of Africa.
Correct. 5 years after the initial San Remo Music Festival, which international Bill
Eurovision Song Contest.
event inspired by it was first broadcast on TV? Sam,
Music.
I was kind of wanted you to get that one, Dave Bill. Who has played David Budd in the Sam?
Madam.
Yes, John Madden. Touchdown!
Rob Stark in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that was the way that question was going. I do like John Madden as a commentator though. Richard Madden, yes, that's the one. Sam. So, I didn't expect you to get that, but you did.
Sure.
In which TV series did Dudley Sutton play Norman?
Lovejoy.
Yeah, did you see you were first on there?
This pisses me off when it's, you know, the obvious and then...
Tinker Bill.
Yeah, well, that's the design of it, Sam, I'm afraid. Norman, 2 points.
1912 is Titanic, and other times you're buzzing and it's not. You just can't.
Life is just a complete
Well, it is
and
what
utter
it is, yeah.
bitch, isn't it? Really. Let me. Now, I've actually just in the last 2 minutes I've started enjoying this quiz now. Schadenfreude dripping. What did the films Get Shorty, Hail Caesar, Simon Chilton?
They were to do with gangsters.
I'm not giving you that, Steve. In fact, no. Just don't let that affect anybody's answers. Steve Lacey.
Making films. Making documentaries
No.
of like, films.
Michael McPartland.
Making films about gangsters.
So back then to answers.
I was going to say making films. But
What did the films Get Shorty, Hail Caesar, and Seven Psychopaths all take their names from? Do you know what I'm going to do? You're going to protest to me and say penalty ref. He tripped me or something. Steve Lacey, you were the last person. Michael McPartland. What did you say first?
Making films.
I'm going to give you that. It's named after the films within the films, and it's kind of you knew what was. You demonstrated the knowledge. Michael, you don't lose 2 points there.
I didn't like that because he won't lose his. Yep, I'll take that
Yeah.
to judgment.
Steve Lacey, far from losing a point, you gain a 2 there. Oh crap! What's happened then?
Because you put a 0 in there, just delete it. Or you put a letter O in there.
Yeah.
That's right.
And about 4 more to go. 5 more to go. Which modern history graduate of Southampton University and subsequent civil servant in the Department for Culture, Chris Curtis,
Kevin Ashman.
Media and Sport, set records of 41 in 1995 for Mastermind and 38 in Brain of Britain in
At the
1997.
end, can we check my score? Because I think I should be on 5 rather than 3. But we'll check at the end.
I think you may be right as well. Let's check at the end. Blah, 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 blah. Who gets that?
Me, please.
It's flipping distracting. Oh, good. Please tell me. What glyph has only featured once in a Best Oscar film title, specifically in 1968's Dave Bill?
Exclamation mark.
You knew that when I finished, didn't you, everybody?
Yeah.
Bloody hot lid.
1968. Oh, fuck. Who hosted It'll Be All Right on the Night from Michael McPartland?
Norden.
Yeah. You've definitely an order there. 2018 saw film appearances for which actress in Steven Soderbergh's psychological thriller Unsane, as Janet Armstrong in the Damien Chazelle biopic First Man, and an Emmy for outstanding Norman.
Claire Foy.
For outstanding lead actress, blah blah blah. Finish that one off. No, that's a terrific answer. Have you seen the film?
Yeah, shite.
It's not what you'd call an entertaining film, but historically it's wonderful. I think it kind of nails Neil Armstrong was the most reclusive character, like me.
Well, your realms of fucking entertainment are different from
Will you please...
Propose an evening with an novelist.
Which ex-husband of Paula Abdul played Billy the Kid in The Young McPartland?
Oh, you are.
And I believe, 2 more to go. On which British comedy was the US sitcom Pain based? P-A-Y-N-E. Simon Chilton.
Only when I laugh.
No, let's move on. It's Faulty Towers.
Oh,
Pain? Never heard of it? Never heard of it. And that was that. End of quiz. Dave Bill once again on 11. McPartland on 7. Steve Lacey on 4. Come in a credible third along with Norman Wilson. Give the people a round of applause. Thank you very much. We'll be back next week and we'll definitely give you the scores.
Can you just check? I'm sure.